Hall & Oates, Say It Isn't So. Real fun, basic song here. Some interesting chords in here, actually. And we can even mimic some of the cool synth stuff going on, too. All right, so I'll jump through each section really quick, just play through it. And afterwards, I'll go back through and give you a little more of a walkthrough, little guided tour of it. Before we get into it all, hit that subscription button, help out the channel. That'd be much appreciated. All right, so let's jump on in. Okay, so the intro here, and this is also good for a mid interlude section that happens later on. Starts with these really cool kind of jazzy chords. It'll be a A major 7 initially, and you can play it this way with the open A, the second on the D, first G, second on the B with the open high E. Okay, real nice, smooth, jazzy chord there. And you just want to have that for about two measures. Strum it as big and as furious as you want there. It's up to you. I think it sounds nice just hitting it once and let it ring. And then the next chord is a G6, and it's just like a regular G, but we just want to leave the 3 on the E. Just leave that open. Okay. And that would be good for 2 measures as well. So basically, you just want to go between those, a few times. All right. And if you really want to get cool with this, because for the most part, this is the synth doing these chords in the very beginning, and it does this cool kind of delay effect. And so if you dial up, a nice late delay, like a half-second delay, and keep the feedback on it pretty nice, you can mimic it pretty well. So it would sound something like this. All right, and once the verse kicks in, we kind of reel off a string of some more cool jazzy sounding chords here. Initially, it's going to switch up to this A major 9 and play that by just hitting the open A, but then you just pretty much can just bar the second fret here from the D string all the way down. But you're going to want to do a pinky on the 4th of the high E and the ring finger on the G string of the 4th fret here. Okay, so you get that really nice sounding major chord sound. So A major 9 there for a couple measures. All right, and then we're going to switch to a C major 7. So just 3 on the A, 5 on the D, 4 on the G, and 5 on the B with the 3 on the high E. Okay, a couple measures of that. And we're going to bounce between that A major 9 and the C major 7 twice. Okay, so go through that progression twice, and then we're going to jump it up to a D major 7, which is essentially just that same C major 7 shape you had there, just bring it up 2 frets. All right, so now we're at the 5A, 7D, 6G, 7B, 5 high E. Okay, a couple measures there. Drop it down to a B minor, right? 2 on the A, 4 and 4 on the D and G, 3 on the B, 2 on the high E. Couple measures. All right, to your basic E minor chord. Couple there. And then we can do a A7 suspended 4, which is just kind of like a normal A7, but you just bring the ring over to the 3 of the B here. Okay, so open A, second D, open G, 3 on the B, open E. So it gives it more of that we're stepping up to something sound. All right, so just a measure there. Okay, and then just finish back on the regular A7. Okay, we get to the chorus, and this is kind of interesting because technically the recorded guitar going on, it just kind of plays the first and the third chord in this whole progression, really. It's kind of weird. It'll play the first chord, hold it, and then by the time we get to the next measure, the synth and the bass will go to the second chord, but the guitar won't follow it. So and it happens that same way with the third and the fourth chord. So if you want to just do it exactly how recorded, just play the first and the third chord here and just hold them for a couple measures each. But if you want to follow the entire progression, then you can do it like I'm going to show you here. All right, so initially the guitar does this kind of arpeggiation of a D voicing here. So just come on up, hit the open D string, and we go 7 and 7 on the G and B. And we're going to hit that first, and then we're going to hit the 5 on the high E. Okay. All right, and like I said, recorded guitar just holds that for 2 measures, but if you want to follow the bass and the synth, then the next measure is just a B minor chord. All right, the third chord that comes in, kind of a funky chord. It's an E minor 7 with a flat 5. And basically, for that, you just need to do 3 on the B, 3 on the G, and a second on the D. And just hit that. Okay, really transitional sounding chord for sure. All right, so you can either hold that, or you can follow everything else and go to an A7. Right. So I'll just play it all together. I'll let you hear how it goes. All right, and there's a bridge section that comes in after that middle interlude there. And it's kind of just bouncing between an A and a D chord here. And you can voice it this way, where you come all the way up. We're going to hit the open A, open D, because it's essentially a D chord with the A bass note. So do that same voicing we had of that D in the chorus, but the way you want to do it is initially hit the A bass with the top part of the D, and then you come down and then hit the rest of that D chord. Okay, so it'd be open A, open D with the 7 on the G. Okay, and then we're going to hit the open D, 7G, 7B, 5E. All right, we're just going to jump in between those 2 strums about 4 times. Then Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.